Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Sorry I haven't done a video in a while. Everything has just been hitting me left and right with problems. Mother-in-law's in the hospital, doesn't know what her name is. It's something that just popped. Now my wife's car is in the shop. I guess a rat ate up a bunch of the engine wires, so all kinds of lights are on. Warning lights, check engine, everything. On and on, it just keeps going. So for what it's worth, I'm just going to copy Dee's Workshop. It's a great channel. I love it. You guys should go and check it out. So I'm just going to call this Messin' in the Shop. This is a bunch of miscellaneous video that I shot over time that's just been saved on the computer. I'm also having a blast with this welder. This is a lot of fun. Learning this, you know, it's a new experience and it's great. I don't know. So, okay, see you next time, and I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, it's fucking doesn't get better than that, huh? To the other side. That does not look good for some reason. I don't know what happened, huh? There, huh? What is that not for? I've come across some wild things in my day, but this one takes the cake. Wow. My dad's angle grinder that I talked about in a previous video takes things down so fast. And this is one of the discs. I don't know what they make them out of. They're pretty smooth, but boy, it goes through. I've just cut pipe in half with this thing. It's just insane. And I made a spacer for it a long time ago. So that goes on there, and a little nut goes on it to hold it in place. Wish it had a guard, because a lot of times, man, sparks are just flying at me. Because I've had to go under a toilet to replace the tank. Nut's all corroded up, so this thing, nut comes right off, rips it right off the tank. But I really need to keep this because my my dad passed away. I have like 300, 400 different discs. Big ones, thin ones, thick ones, all kinds of stuff. And it's a weird size arbor. All the new guys are 5/8, and so I'd have to be buying all new discs. I don't think I can modify what I have. So I was thinking, you know, I want to get a wire brush thing for this welding for this guy. And they're all 5/8, so let me just make an adapter, you know, something that goes on here with a stud on it, 5/8 stud, and done. You know, piece of 3/4 steel or something. I'll probably make it out of aluminum. But the weird part here is you caliper this thing and you look at the dimension and you go to the charts and you look up what it is. This is definitely 7/16. This thing is, what did it measure? It measures around 382 thou, 386, 384. So this is definitely 7/16. But you put the thread gauge on it and it's 16 TPI. So maybe I'm wrong and it's 14, but I put a 14 on there and it doesn't go all the way on. It just stops right there. So it's definitely 16. You go on Amazon and you look for a 7/16-16. Does not exist. You just do the same thing on eBay or any place. 7/16-16 does not exist in the United States. It's in China. And I'm looking at this. It's Black & Decker. It doesn't say anywhere it's made in China on it. So I'm wondering, you know, what in the world? And then this one too. If I run the tap through here, this is a 3/8/16. And it goes on here all the way. So a 3/8/16 goes on a 7/16/16 stud. So I just ordered the 7/16/16 off the eBay. I'm going to get the tap and the die. It's a plug tap. So I'll be able to make the adapter. I was thinking maybe make one like this, but get rid of a bunch of the threads so it bottoms out, you know. Yeah, I can have that, you know, over drill the hole so that there's only a few threads there to grab onto it and then just do the stud. But I figured, what the heck, let me just go ahead and buy the thing. I don't have a wrench too. I wish I had a wrench. I usually clamp this thing in the vise and get on the back of it with a crescent to tighten and loosen the thing. At least it's right hand threads, not reverse. Oh, it's spinning now. So just wanted to show you something weird for food for thought or whatever, when you can get something really strange. Well, initial use of this thing, it's working out, so it's pretty good. So I put a little bit more time and effort in it. Probably still want to put a nut down here, but for now I just kind of turned this in the lathe, got rid of the sharp edges, looks a little bit less like a bolt. Painted it because it was getting pretty bad with the splatter. 60 degrees makes it look a little nicer. Put a nut. Oh yeah, this kept coming loose, so I have a nut on the bottom underneath the plate here. So that ended that. Now I can just undo this. Because before I tried to undo this and the whole thing would unscrew. Had a knob in the drawer already made because this thing kept moving up and down. So now I can put it wherever I want. This is my practice piece here. So yeah, if I want to clamp it and it works. Yeah, the tilting on this thing was making it so it just wouldn't hold stuff. Wow, it's that far down? Oh, it's walking off the weld. Yeah, alright, see? It's this tilt is causing a problem. Also the fact that I am on a weld here. Lower it now. There, put it there. There, now it's holding it. But yeah, it's still going to rock, so I can always use a magnet that way. Now it does not move, really. Yeah, I can force it to move, but boy, that's pretty good. There, now it's pretty tight. I've got three more magnets. I got stuff I can put all over it to hold it. But I'm trying to practice doing stick welding, and I can't get it to work to save my life. It just wants to stick. Can't get the arc to go. Die grinder, that angle grinder, I was shocked. I used to do a lot of trimming or cleanup with the bench grinder. Boy, that angle grinder takes this down in seconds. I mean, it's day and night difference. So I can see why my dad had one. Because if I want to clean up any of these welds, it's like, done. So, okay, what else do I want to do? I'll probably eventually make a knob for up here. I have a piece of scrap 1-inch brass. Is that an inch? I don't know what that is for diameter. yeah, that's basically an inch, so it would work. But so pretty thrilled with it, how it's come out, you know. Bad thing about these magnets too is all the berries stick to it, and it's very hard to get it clean because they're all down in the grooves. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of them here right now. And then you try to pluck it off, and it doesn't come off. So, pretty thrilled with how it's come out. Bottom, there's not much to see. I mean, I put rubber feet on it, so it doesn't slide around when I'm outside here trying to do something. And I took some of that nozzle gel and put a slight film on it. Whatever this black is, it doesn't want to stick to it, because there'd be berries all over it, and I just take a spatula to the trash can and it all comes right off. So for what it's worth, I just put the nozzle gel film all over it. So getting really interesting working with this Welder Harbor Freight Titanium Unlimited 140. Getting good welds. I'm still learning, practicing, but I'm getting, making a fence here, wrought iron. So it's doing good, doing very good. I'm very pleased with it. But I'm always on YouTube watching videos of people with my particular welder to see what they have to say, what they're doing. Maybe I can see some of the settings. One of the videos, the guy said this ground clamp that comes with it is complete trash, junk, whatever. Really? So, okay, I start looking at the thing, and yeah, they had 2 cups things here. But then I'm realizing, well, maybe, why is he saying it's junk? So you go and you Google electrical conductivity of steel, and it's terrible. Oh, great. So we have a copper wire going into a steel lug, to a steel bolt, to this. So I thought, well, let me at least just make a copper piece that goes in here. That's the same height, right? Yeah. So you can kind of see, I think you'll be able to see it there. So I had unscrewed the lug and stuff and pulled this out, and lo and behold, I don't know, oh, he was saying that this is made out of brass or something, which is also evidently a poor electrical conductor, but I was shocked to find out the thing is hollow, and you've got this little cone thing that sat in the middle to keep the bolt from collapsing it. But even with these 2 pieces, I mean, I was getting good welds. So, alright, so I turned a solid 99.9% copper piece, put it in there. It still works good, so I'm happy with that. But now I'm not sure what to do about all the steel. Oh, I didn't bring it over. I do have a brass lug this size, and I was thinking, okay, so I'll switch out the steel lug. Well, I'm using it as is because I want to get this project done, because if I increase currents or something like that and burn out or damage my welder, I'm up the creek without a paddle. So I've just been using it like this, and it's working. But okay, so I can replace this with a copper lug, but then I'm going to have to solder it because I can't crimp it. Then you go and you look up the electrical conductivity for solder, and like, whoa, it's way down here at the bottom, way below steel. And I'm thinking, well, tin and lead are both way down there, and that's what solder is made out of. And I'm going, what? I'm a senior electrical engineer for my whole life here, 40, 50 years. That's all I've been using is tin lead solder for computers, TVs, cell phones, you name it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that now. Same way, I could make a copper screw in here, and I want to replace that end, this piece here. You can see it's got some kind of unique rivet that they put in there. So I figured, okay, look, I've threaded this. I'll just drill this out, put it in there, and then make a screw. Probably just use a steel screw like this thing. This thing's got a giant head to it though. I don't like that, so I gotta find something else. But long story short, I guess, but yeah, you look on eBay. I didn't look on Amazon, but you look on eBay and all the ground clamps are all copper. The screws, the lugs, the whole 9 yards. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go from here. I really don't want to spend more money just to get an all copper ground clamp when this thing works. So that's just kind of an update. Found it very interesting. This thing looks huge, but no, it is the same height as that, so, which is the same height as that one that I already made. So, okay, oh yeah, another thing that blew me away was I make my special mix cutting fluid here of oil and kerosene, and it works great. But then I'm thinking, a long time ago, somebody said kerosene evaporates. So you Google, does kerosene evaporate? Click on the first one, says yes, it evaporates. Click on the next one, says no, it doesn't evaporate at room temperature. So, okay, they're all over the place. Can't you guys tell me whether it evaporates or not? So I've got just a fraction of it in here. I'm going to let it go and see if kerosene evaporates. Okay, here we go. Day 3 of my boy, is that dirty? Does kerosene evaporate? Now, I've renamed Alexa here, so I just wanted you to hear. Echo, does kerosene evaporate?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, kerosene does not evaporate, and if spilled you will smell it for a very long time. You can try to scrub it down or dilute it, but it will not evaporate.
Okay, there you go. That's the word from Alexa here. So this was, I had quite a bit in here, and now it is bone dry. Yes, kerosene does evaporate, Alexa. I don't know if you can see in there, but yeah, every bit of it is gone in 3 days. There was quite a bit in there. There was enough I could easily pour it out. So there's the results, guys. Let me tell you, that's the welder for you, that Harbor Freight. Trying to weld these vertical pieces in place, but I didn't realize the top piece that I bought is bowed. So I needed something to push them apart, forcing them to get rid of the bow so I can weld it and everything will be straight. And I remembered my daughter gave me 2 of these steel plates. Now this sucker this is thick. How thick is this? Wrong end. Alright, this is what? This is a 1/4 inch. Wow. That's a 1/4 inch steel plate. So she had 2 of them, so I said, well, let me make a jig that I can put on there and push the rods apart. It's going to have plenty of power, but something I could never do before, weld. This thing welded this. It looks like a mess, but I had to just keep feeding the wire in, not caring what it looked like, so that everything would be red hot. And boy, it got it hot big time. These are like really good. I even welded the top just for the heck of it, because it's going to want to push these bolts out. So, I mean, it welded the top, it welded the bottom, just incredible. Melted everything. So yeah, this is not gonna move. This will do the job, and if I have to, I can put some spacer on it to push it further if it's not going far enough, but it's a little bit, I think, crooked. I don't know. Yeah, I think this one is up, but also that little welding table, man, does the job. It's just incredible. Yeah, I broke this on purpose because most of the time I just want a short section to measure something in the house, hang a picture or something. I do have the full rulers left and right from my dad, but so just wanted to share that. That's crazy.